Through time, great turmoil below the surface lined the very heart of these towering mountains with gold, silver, and dazzling minerals and gemstones. The formation was referred to as the mineral belt, which extended for hundreds of miles throughout the Rockies. As the cries of gold echoed back east, the area was soon flooded with wagon loads of people looking to get rich. Miners panned for gold or diverted the rivers, which is known as placer or hydraulic mining.
The first gold strike was up Boreas Pass at the headwaters of the Terriel. And I believe that was a Lee-Bolt mine was the first strike. And it was a good strike, but no one ever found his cache of gold after he died.
The deeper riches of hard rock mines and the mills that supported them were soon seen on the horizons.
The structure behind us here is the Paris Mill, built in 1894, and it was built to process the ore from the Paris mine that's up above on the peak up there. And it has 3 different processing methods. There's a stamp mill, a ball mill, and then it had concentrating tables. So it was quite a large operation in its time. It was a really hard life up here. The elevation up here alone at 2 miles above sea level, we have the highest mine in North America at the top of Mount Lincoln, which is the present help, and it's 14,157 feet. I've read that it was an 8-hour foot trip from Alma up to Mount Lincoln, and of course at the end of that day the miners couldn't work. I'm sure they had to just go to sleep that night and then work the next day.
We had a lot of mines going back then, up Buckskin, up Sacramento, up on Bras, Lincoln. One of the big producers was the Ling Mine on North Star Mountain. Beautiful ore. Rhodochrosite up in the Sweet Home Mine. Most everybody was in some way involved with mining.
Well, in Buckskin Gulch here it was primarily gold, although there was some silver and other minerals. Actually, at the turn of the century in the 1900s, they found tungsten up here, and they literally picked it up off the ground, if you can imagine. And so they mined that for a while up here, and that was kind of a second boom that the Buckskin Gulch had. But on Mount Bras, Cameron, and Lincoln was primarily silver, and that was a huge silver boom. You know, one of my mining friends has hand-drawn with his brother a mining claim map of this area, which extends over into Horseshoe Gulch and Mosquito Gulch, as well as up to Mount Lincoln. Hundreds, thousands of mines, claims are on this map. It was amazing how much was here.
It wasn't long before the giant dredge boats were floating on the rivers. Mining was soon a prosperous industry in South Park.
And then, of course, as the standard of living and the price of living went up and the price of gold stayed the same, then mining just sort of petered out. When I was growing up, everything was declining. Alma was growing smaller, Fairplay was growing smaller. But when mining kind of went toes up, dear little Alma went the same. One old-timer described Alma as being a graveyard with electric lights.